The 2025 WNBA rookie class was loaded. It produced several players that will be key starters for their team, and some that even have superstar potential. And one of those players is Sonia Citron. Sonia Citron is someone that's been underestimated for a long time. She was the 16th ranked recruit in the 2021 draft class, and she significantly outplayed that recruiting ranking. But even in college, she never really got the recognition she deserved. She was only a two-time first All-ACC player, even though Notre Dame was consistently a top team in the ACC, and she was a big reason why. She was viewed as the secondary piece to Olivia Miles in her first 2 years, and in her junior year, she was the second option behind Hannah Hidalgo. And during her senior season, she was relegated to the third option. But there is one team that saw how dangerous Sonia Citron could be. The Washington Mystics traded Ariel Atkins for the third pick, which turned into Sonia Citron, which ended up being one of the best decisions they ever could have made. Sonia wasn't just a good rookie. She was elite. She was never an AP All-American in college, but was able to become an All-Star year one against significantly tougher competition. It's not every day where you see someone have even better numbers in the W than they did in college. I'm a huge Notre Dame fan, but I would be lying if I expected Sonia to do all that as a rookie. There's people that will say what Citron is doing in the WNBA is proof she was being held back at Notre Dame. I couldn't disagree more. If we're talking about individual games, I definitely think there were times where Citron should have been the number one focus on offense. I think the best example of this was the double overtime game against NC State this year. Citron was on pace to have a career night, but Olivia Miles and Hannah Hidalgo decided to try to make a mixtape. I'm a huge fan of Hannah Hidalgo, and I have respect for the amount of talent that Olivia Miles has, but they were tweaking in a lot of the games last season. That being said, going to Notre Dame absolutely made her into a great W player, and is a large reason why she was able to be so successful in the league. Citron being relegated to a third option, her senior year wasn't ideal for Notre Dame's success, but it made her transition to the pros a lot easier. Playing alongside Hidalgo for 2 years is why playing alongside Brittany Sykes was easy for Citron. It's a lot easier for a player like Citron, who is used to playing with ball-dominant players and maximizing the opportunities off the ball, than it is for a player to have a super high usage rate in college, but isn't talented enough to have a usage rate like that on the professional level. So they end up having to learn how to be a role player. There were supposedly 15 players better than Citron in her recruiting class, which clearly isn't the case now. Citron deserves the most credit because she's the one who put in the work, but a player doesn't significantly outperform expectations without being a part of a good program. And that's why the title of this video is Sonia Citron is continuing the tradition of Guard You. Coach Ivy played in the WNBA, and she was the assistant coach when Kayla McBride, Skylar, Jewel Lloyd, Arike, Marina Mabry, and Jackie Young were balling at Notre Dame. And many of those players go back to Notre Dame and work out with the players once the W season is over. UConn and South Carolina definitely got the edge when it comes to elite front court players, but there's not a single college that has the amount of elite WNBA guards coming out their program that Notre Dame does. Sonia Citron being able to absorb knowledge from some of the best guards in the league is something that should never be downplayed. Citron is going to get a lot of GMs in trouble. Everyone is going to chase the next Sonia Citron because of how well she played in the WNBA. But Sonia Citrons are rare. They don't come around very often. There's plenty of 6-foot guards who can shoot, move off the ball, and defend. What sets Citron apart from everyone else is her mindset. She never gets rattled. It doesn't matter if the game just starts, if it's a blowout, or if it's down to the wire. She will always play hard, and she's always going to utilize the strengths of her game. I was very happy to see how well Sonia Citron played this season, and I have no doubt she will continue to build and be great. But that's it for this video. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I will see you later.